Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. As long as poverty, injustice, and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. There is no easy walk to freedom anywhere, and many of us will have to pass through the valley of the shadow of death again and again before we reach the mountaintop of our desires. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. Only free men can negotiate. A prisoner cannot enter into contracts. Without education, your children can never really meet the challenges they will face. So it's very important to give children education and explain that they should play a role for their country. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. No country can really develop unless its citizens are educated. It is wise to persuade people to do things and make them think it was their own idea. Running taught me valuable lessons. In cross-country competition, training counted more than intrinsic ability, and I could compensate for a lack of natural aptitude with diligence and discipline. I applied this in everything I did. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. If there are dreams about a beautiful South Africa, there are also roads that lead to their goal. Two of these roads could be named goodness and forgiveness. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. I was called a terrorist yesterday, but when I came out of jail, many people embraced me, including my enemies, and that is what I normally tell other people who say those who are struggling for liberation in their country are terrorists. There are many people who feel that it is useless and futile to continue talking about peace and nonviolence against a government whose only reply is savage attacks on an unarmed and defenseless people. People respond in accordance to how you relate to them. If you approach them on the basis of violence, that's how they'll react. But if you say, "We want peace, we want stability, We can then do a lot of things that will contribute towards the progress of our society. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. I dream of the realization of the unity of Africa, whereby its leaders combine in their efforts to solve the problems of this continent. I dream of our vast deserts, of our forests, of all our great wildernesses. In countries where innocent people are dying, the leaders are following their blood rather than their brains. Does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? After one has been in prison, it is the small things that one appreciates, being able to take a walk whenever one wants, going into a shop and buying a newspaper, speaking or choosing to remain silent. The simple act of being able to control one's person. There are times when a leader must move out ahead of the flock, go off in a new direction, confident that he is leading his people the right way. If you like this video, please like and comment. Click subscribe so you don't miss the latest videos from us. Thank you for watching.